This is Beyond a Reasonable Doubt with your hosts, Mark Garrigus and Gary Smith.
I think that the only thing better than hearing Awesome Dawson, Smoking Kills, for Beyond a Reasonable Doubt is to do it for the first time. And this is the last day of the third quarter. First time doing it in my Barca lounger, which shows you how much I love you.
Yep, absolutely. We appreciate you coming through. In rain or shine, Mark delivers. He'll be there one way or another, even if it is very relaxed.
I'm very relaxed. And for those of you who think I'm laying down on the job, I've been COVID exposed, so I'm quarantining until I get yet another test. I can't tell you how many tests, but I'm vaxxed, I'm tested, I'm washing my hands, even though that doesn't matter. I'm social distancing, even though that doesn't matter. I'm doing everything so that I adhere to the COVID Constitution.
Well, we appreciate
remember, 2 weeks
to flatten the curve. Yeah. What a fun 2 years it's been. Well, I think the big stories today, we got to talk a little bit about laundry. So you want to start there and then we'll get into the real big stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about laundry first because it's kind of interesting. I mean, we've got Dog the Bounty Hunter. So, we've cracked into cable news extravaganza. We've got we've got wall to wall on all of the people going crazy about that. And I saw today where what are they doing? DNA matches with the search items or things that they're finding on the search.
Right. And then there's also recently it came out that people staying at the campsite next to him think they inadvertently caught him in a selfie. So that's been news. I mean, it's crazy. And I don't know if you saw the tweet that was going viral today, but it had tens of thousands of retweets. Someone said, if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds Brian laundry before the FBI, I'm never paying taxes again. Made me laugh. It's pretty funny.
All I got to say is if this had been 5 years ago, we wouldn't have any other subject to talk about on Beyond.
No, not at all. I mean, are you kidding me? If COVID wasn't going on and this happened, it would be even crazier to a more exponential degree. But so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll let you know if Dog finds anything. But the big story, I think, in the legal world, and I don't think that the legal angle of it is being well served by those who are covering it, which is almost everyone. But free Britney.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the judge, who, by the way, I mentioned to you before, I could not be more impressed with. I've appeared in front of her on a substantial case in the last 6 months. And I've known her for years. She's just not socially, but professionally, and she's just outstanding. And she has basically, both sides have asked in a nuanced way to, as you smile.
Well, I'm watching people walk behind you, so it's funny.
Yeah. That's how I operate, and they have done it. But there's an interesting thing. If I was going to prognosticate, for those who think we don't prepare for this, we have numerous emails. We've got a wonderful researcher, Brett.
Yep.
Satara is in the mix and always offers her right-wing whack job opinion, and she came up. She mentioned something today that I think actually has some merit. And her feeling was, be careful what you wish for, because she suspects, and I don't think she's wrong, that Britney has some issues. And this may end up being a kind of a going for the short money or a short-term win and a long-term loss.
Right.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that's a much safer bet than any other situation. These people standing outside the courthouse with their pink cardboard signs, their heart's in the right place. But if you
absolutely, I mean, I get it as somebody who thinks that government interference with the most intimate decisions of your life is inappropriate. I understand it completely. But, there have been some troubling videos that she's posted. I'm not on Instagram, but people send them to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them too. Look, I don't want government interfering in people's decisions either, but these structures, these constructs in the law exist for a reason. Some people need to be helped. They need to be, handled. And it's
well, I have said, Adam and I have talked about this, and I've said normally it would be for somebody like Casey Kasem, or it would be for somebody like, what's his name, Stan Lee from Marvel, somebody at End of Life, or remember the fights with Viacom and the father and the daughter. And it's almost always those kinds of cases where there is a kind of a spiraling down of the mental capacity. And so you have to do something to protect. And obviously, it almost always only happens where there's money, because only where there's money are there going to be lawyers and the accoutrements that will get paid for out of these substantial estates. And I think that's probably why she's been able to get by for over a decade under a lot of these conditions. But I'll tell you, one of the really troubling things that's come out this week, if you believe the article, and it quoted a disgruntled employee from a security company called Black Box. Did you see this?
I did.
Black Box apparently was monitoring all communications in and out. So what I want to know is, was that court authorized, or was that a violation of California law? And not only was it court authorized, but remember, I famously had a number of cases, including in Michael Jackson's, and you remember the Neverland kind of mishmash where the documentary was completely bollocksed up and the guy misled the public as to what I was talking about. But I caught a guy who was intruding on the attorney-client conversation. You believe I don't know if it was the Guardian or the New York Times. Maybe it was the Guardian story on the New York Times documentary. Yep. But if you believe that, they also intruded on a potential attorney who Brittany wanted to hire. If that's the case and that wasn't court authorized, there's some real exposure there, some monumental exposure.
Right. The same article also alleges that there was a recording device installed in her bedroom, and that there were possibly, hours upon hours of non-two-party consent recordings. So that could be a little dicey as well. But again, who knows if that was court authorized or if that was something that was done, above board, even if it doesn't seem so.
Yeah. I mean, it's really something. We have coming up this week, hopefully, if I get a negative test, an in-studio full hour, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, as assuming you're well, Adam and I will most definitely be in studio, and we're hopeful that you will join us.
Does Corolla Digital have do you have to wash your hands and wipe down surfaces, even though this is an aerosol committed virus?
If you want to do those things, it's a bring your own soap type of situation. Adam's not providing any of that. He's not playing ball. If you want to wipe stuff down, you better bring your own wipes and antibacterial soap. So, to each his own.
BYOW. I love it.
I just, I like to just drink 1942. I figure that'll kill almost anything.
It's very hard to find. And I saw I came back last night. Somebody dropped off a bottle at the office for me, and I want to thank them. But it's a new bottle. Have you seen it?
No, they changed the bottle?
The bottle, I'm just telling you here on the Vanguard of 42, it's more rounded. And it has kind of an Orangina look to it.
Wow! Oh, I'm interesting. I'm seeing that now.
And by the way, Don Julio, Gary and I personally have given you, the company, what, $5 million in brand exposure?
Yeah, at the very least.
Send some love.
Yeah, I mean, just do the right thing. Send over a case. We'll be all right.
Exactly. Exactly.
We do it on video now, baby. We'll have it in the shot.
We're cheap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or as when I was in Greece, this guy, I won't mention his name because his daughter will kill me. And it's a very inappropriate story, but he had just flown in from Armenia and he was going to see his wife who had just flown in from the States. And we were sitting there having dinner at this wonderful Greek restaurant. And he actually told this story, and I wish I could do with both hands, but since I'm holding the phone, I can't. But he said, a woman is like an Oriental rug, which is probably politically inappropriate. Comparing her to an Oriental rug. Oriental rug is inappropriate. He says, every couple of months, you got to shake her out. So tonight, I see my wife for the first time. Should we leave it on that?
I think that's probably, there's nowhere to go but up. So, well, Mark, I hope you feel better and I hope you test negative soon. And thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. Stay tuned for more bonus episodes coming soon.